Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Super Extreme Z Awakening battle, or Super level of the Extreme Z battle for the Goten and Trunks kids. Budding Warriors, Goten kid, Trunks kid. And we're going to see just how you can complete it. Now, the effective category here is Gifted Warriors. But there's two very important factors that you need to keep in mind. You're going to have to think, firstly, about having legendary characters, so having characters that have the legendary awakening, the legendary power link. It's very, very important. Only legendary characters have it. It is crucial that you have that. Secondly, it's also crucial and very important that you have the Extreme Z Awakening factor. So a super important component is that the units are Extreme Z Awakened. The Extreme Z Awakening helps a lot, mainly with damage taken, more so than damage done. If you look at like LR, Tech, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, for example, that unit's still going to do pretty good damage if legendary power is active. But that unit is not going to do good damage, well, is not going to be able to take as much damage as you'd think, considering it's got type advantage and obviously all the other benefits. So it's very important to have Extreme Z Awakening, especially from a defensive standpoint, more so than an offensive one. So make sure that you're bringing enough Extreme Z Awakening characters that have defensive abilities to be able to tank and set up your other characters for damage. As long as you have that, you'll be more than fine. Now, I did look in an Extreme team trying to use free-to-play units like Demon King Piccolo, etc. But the Extreme team feels very wonky to use. You've got a lot of Freezers, you've got a lot of Demon King Piccolos, you've got Brolys, you've got like a very mixed bag of units. And it actually makes it somewhat difficult to put it all together. So it's not so easy to just kind of stick them all together. So unfortunately, I felt like the Super / kind of Pure Saiyans Fuse Fighters team works best. You can use either lead of the AGL Gogeta or the Tech Goku and Vegeta. You don't need to have both. You can just use one of either. Or obviously you can kind of build like a Vegeta's family team under the Int Vegeta. And then if you just want to go Gifted Warriors flatline, you can go with the physical Goten and Trunks. It's more than fine. If you have the Int LR Hybrid Saiyans trio, you can also use them as well, provided you build a Hybrid Saiyans team. But I really do feel like the Pure Saiyans / Fuse Fighters, Earth Protecting Heroes kind of team works really, really well here. So that would be my suggestion for team. It's obviously what I went with, and I think it just worked really, really nicely. Great tanks are units like Tech Giant Ape Vegeta. I think he does really, really well. Go tanks. Int, SSPE Vegeta, Piccolo's even fine, even though he's not Extreme Z Awakened. Same with Gotenks, they're just fine because of type advantage, category advantage. The Tech Super Saiyan 2 Transforming Vegeta is also actually quite fine, and the Int Vegeta is actually also okay, provided you've got a full Vegeta's family team kind of going on. The Int Planet Namek Saga Duo, I do use them. They do a pretty decent job as a second slot or third slot, so you can definitely use those units if you want to. But yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, I think there's a pretty solid roster of options to choose from. So I don't think players should have ultimately too many concerns or issues with how to build and function and do everything here. So I think overall you should be pretty good to go. Now, in terms of like the other units, I think any other unit here is fine. You can also use any other unit that is in your box that suits kind of this build here. I know there's a Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta who's also Vegeta's family and a Super Saiyan lead. You can also potentially use him as a lead if you're really struggling. He will work more than fine. The best unit I'd say overall is definitely the physical Vegeta. Just big damage, just very big damage, meets all the requirements, Gifted Warriors, Extreme Z Awakened, and just does big damage. Especially if you have a friend, Tech Goku Vegeta, or your own one, kind of giving him that full benefit of his passive. He does the most damage. Like out of all these units here, he's the one that kind of like does the big damage. He does the big, kind of performance. There are some missions involved with this to use 3 Extreme Z Awakened characters. and also to use 3 Gifted Warriors category characters, or sorry, Successors category characters, not Gifted Warriors. So that should be covered largely by Vegetas, but Demon King Piccolos, and Freezers also count as successes. But the Vegetas will all pretty much count, like every Vegeta you see here will count as a successor. So using a Vegeta team or just a lot of Vegeta units tends to work out pretty nicely, and I think brings everything to a close quite nicely as well. So again, that's just my suggestion. You don't have to do it, take it, or do anything with it. But those are just my suggestions on how to complete those missions. Even with completing the missions and doing everything, you will still be slightly short of medals. You'll still have to run it a few more times. So please remember to do that. But then otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it from me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.